Hi, this is Laurie at Violinist.com, and I wanted to talk to you about the thumb on the bow. This is a topic that came up actually on the Violin Guild on Facebook. Someone was asking, my teacher said to bend my thumb all the way to the hair. And this is something that teachers very often tell students to do. And there's a reason for it. It's so that we have sort of this almost like a circle kind of feeling here, and that we have flexibility in the hand. The biggest problem is if the thumb is locked straight, then this is really a problem in playing. You can kind of see how it makes the hand very tense, and it's very hard to be flexible. If it's bent, on the other hand, every single finger can act like a spring. So the problem comes though if you get a little too serious about bending this thumb and this becomes a rigid thing that you're doing, so that you're holding this, and then when you're playing, and let's say you go all the way down to the tip, and you're still trying to keep that thumb against the hair of the bow, and look at all the tension in my hand, and that's from trying to keep that there. So really what's going to happen, I'll try to get the angle on this, but at the frog, my thumb will probably be all the way to the hair. But if I go all the way out to the tip, you can see it's much more straight. My thumb gets pretty straight, if you can see that. Another thing that people maybe don't keep in mind is the fact that this assumes that you're going to tilt the bow a little bit outward, tilt the stick outward, so that if you're using some stroke where it's really flat, well, you're rolling the stick out a little bit. You can't keep it if it's flat like that. You can't keep it against the hair or something like that. So there's a whole lot of wiggle room here. And another thing that you have to think about is when you're placing your fingers on the bow, anything that turns a bow hold into a bow grip is a problem. And sometimes I'll see kids, they'll be placing their fingers on the bow, and they'll go like this, to see that. And now look at this, I'm holding my bow in a way I would never ever hold my bow, because it's up and backwards, and then they place their fingers on there and they're like, okay, I got them all in the right place. And so this sort of defeats the purpose. We really want to have this relaxed hand that as much as possible still stays the relaxed hand, going up, going down, but we're just holding a stick and trying not to drop it. And so we have to maximize both the strength that we have to hold the bow, and the flexibility. So you have to have that compromise of it's flexible, it's flexible, but I'm not going to drop this stick. I have enough of a hold on it that I'm not going to drop the stick. And this bent thumb really helps. And in a nutshell, don't get too rigid about either, keeping it straight. That's a big no-no. But when it comes to bending it, don't feel like you have to touch it to the hair at every single moment. It's maybe a good starting place, but know that this is one of those things that's going to be changeable as your bow moves and as you do different bow strokes. So thank you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and happy practicing.